let's have a closer look at the software installation, how to connect everything to the application and bring your robot online. On the other hand, we will look at the charging behavior. So what's the difference between the small and the large charging adapter, for example, and how the charge curve looks like. All of that in this video, and if you stay until the end, there is a preview on part 2 where we will look at the mowing behavior, especially on steep hills, and what to expect from that. There's a lot of surprises there, so stay tuned until the end. So let's click Add Device. Ooh, let's start setting up your little beast. Start, yes.
Hello, let's get mowing.
So the Lymow, as you can just heard, is ready to mow, but I don't see it yet. It's turned on, yes. And now via Bluetooth we have a connection. Okay, that's okay. So that worked well, and immediately I am going to a start screen where the device is prompting for a firmware update, which of course we should do. Improve the more performance on slope boundaries. So yeah, that's very important for us. So now the app has actually finished the update. I guess I have to click update again. No, I just have to go back. So and then we can see the weather, very nice, and we can see the battery level at 65% now. But we have to keep in mind this is a lithium iron phosphate and LFP battery where charge levels determination is more tricky, so we don't know if this battery has been balanced in the factory or not. Let's see how this thing develops as well. So I mentioned before that I have a smart plug installed in between the power adapter for the charging station and my wall socket, and as you can see currently it draws 130 watts because I actually installed the bigger power adapter now to see how it behaves. Because what I noticed is, if we look at the charge behavior of the robot, let me make that a bit bigger. You see here, this is the initial charge curve, the first charging we did. So from this 100 watts, it's decreased until it was full. Then you see a trickle charge happening, which continues and continues and continues. So I was thinking that maybe the charging adapter doesn't work properly with this robot. So if we look at the past moments, and you can see here, this is where I changed to the larger power adapter, and you see it is not decreasing, it is increasing again and then slowly decreasing. So maybe that has another charging behavior with the built-in BMS and the battery, which I asked Lymow to have a little bit more info on it, but they haven't come back to me now. Yet. But now we will monitor this a little bit more, and as you can see we are now charging with a bit more power, and let's see how the charging behavior is then with this 10 amp charging adapter. Normally I was expecting now that the device is also asking me to install the RTK station or to link it. Let's find out how this works. So maybe under settings here. Yes, here we see the option bind RTK. And now actually you have to scan a QR code on the RTK base station, which I of course didn't do yesterday, but I took a picture. So now I entered the serial number of my RTK station, and let's see if that works. Base station pairing failed. Well, that's not a good start.
A few moments later.
So that worked now. Very weird. So I had to scan the code, although the serial number to me looks the same as the one I entered manually. It was very difficult actually to scan the code because they're super tiny on the RTK station. So be sure to either have a really high resolution picture of the QR code or to don't put your antenna too far away. And again, here there is no real confirmation that this has worked. I guess I have to go back. So let's check what else we can see here in the app. So your main navigation menu is actually here on the top right. That's the settings menu, where we have a lot of things to see. For example, the units you prefer, the audio volume. This actually I immediately lower. It's still annoyingly loud, but okay, we leave it at low at the moment. Then return to dock. I think direct route is okay for me. Zone order optimize, why not? Rainy mowing, no, that's correct. Let's go back. The over-the-air update we already saw. The headlight mode. So that's essentially you can, if you want to mow at night for whatever reason, then you can turn on those headlights. Let's go to recharge and resume. Again, you can put a time slot here, which we can set up actually right now. Let's do that. So start, I would say something like 8 o'clock in the morning until, let's say, 1800. That should be plenty, yeah? Schedules, which I have not set up yet. Mowing history, of course there's nothing. Network we had, bind RTK we did. Pin code I will change later, of course. Anti-theft. Failed to obtain. Failed to obtain. Yeah. There's something wrong. And you can start a beginner guide here if you choose to do so. Do we want to do that really? Nah, later. Yeah, it looks like this ramp is a bit too much. I guess it will very shortly fail with an internal error.
Slipping detected. Please move the robot to a different spot.
And if you want to see more behavior like this and how we could potentially fix it, tune in next time here at Fees Tooltime.